Welcome to 4C Visions. I'm your host, R.V. Hight, Director of Communications at Central Carolina Community College. In this edition of 4C Visions, it is my pleasure to welcome Dr. Pamela Senegal, CCCC Vice President of Economic and Community Development. She joined the college in 2012, bringing almost 20 years of higher education leadership, business experience, and community service to her position. Prior to coming to CCCC, Dr. Senegal worked at Durham Technical Community College and was Dean for Career and Technical Programs. She has also worked for Central Piedmont Community College in Charlotte, where she had a number of roles. Dr. Senegal, welcome to 4C Visions.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you here. Your division of Economic and Community Development at the college is multifaceted. What is the mission of your division at the college?
It's really the same as the mission for the entire college, and that's to support the workforce, to make sure that we're a catalyst for ensuring that every employer in our region has exactly the skilled workers that they need. And we do that through short-term training, we do it through preparing entrepreneurs, we do it through making sure folks have their high school credentials. We really do support the mission of the entire college through our division.
Well, what are the biggest trends that you're seeing in employer requested training?
You know, there are two real big trends that we're seeing right now among employer, and they fall into two broad categories. One is in the healthcare area, and the other one is in manufacturing. And so for the healthcare field, what's exciting to us is that there's this great tsunami of our population that's happening. It's the gray tsunami that's happening. And so it's creating these wonderful opportunities for all kinds of positions within the healthcare field, because the other great thing that I see about hospitals and things like that is that they never close. And so that means that there are all kinds of flexible opportunities for students to do everything from phlebotomy to histology to medical records to direct patient care. And we prepare people for all of those short-term careers that are in the healthcare field. The other big trend we're seeing is in manufacturing, and there's been just a wonderful explosion of manufacturing jobs, but they aren't the jobs that you might have heard about 10 or 15 years ago, where it was kind of grimy work, backbreaking. These are the kinds of manufacturing jobs where they're actually advanced manufacturing, and people are programming robots and machines to actually perform the bulk of the work. And now the jobs in advanced manufacturing are around maintaining that equipment. And so we prepare people to be operators, to do industrial maintenance, all those kinds of things.
And I know it must be exciting, the Innovation Center, which is home to your industry services program.
Exactly. So the Innovation Center is a really great example about partnerships in the community. When Caterpillar was coming to this region, they needed a way to make sure that they would have the workers that they needed. And so a number of different organizations got together and put together the Innovation Center. We actually have a manufacturing line at the Innovation Center where we train people on not only the logistics of doing a manufacturing line, but it's also really about quality and Lean Six Sigma principles. That's really what we're teaching people through that vehicle.
Well, which career pathways represent the greatest opportunities for employment in our region?
You know, I really think, first of all, if people want to become entrepreneurs, then we have small business centers in each of our 3 counties that can help someone take their idea and their passion and where it intersects with a need in the community to create their own business. And so small businesses are still one of the most important pathways to employment for our region. But then beyond that, there are just these wonderful pathways into manufacturing, advanced manufacturing jobs, and healthcare jobs. Those are the career pathways that we're really tending to focus our energy and our time on, making sure those things are available for folks.
And let's talk a little bit about the small business centers. You do offer those in all 3 of our coverage counties. Tell us a little bit about the kinds of courses that are offered at those colleges.
What I love about our small business centers are that we offer them actually in partnership with other organizations. So for example, our small business center in Harnett County is actually offered in partnership with the Dunn Committee of 100. And through that in Dunn, we actually operate an incubator for businesses. So not only can we help counsel you about your business plan, but we can also provide you a space to incubate your business. And then we also manage manage a book of about over $30 million in USDA loans that aren't just for agricultural entities, but are for entities that are located in certain rural communities. And so we actually manage that book of loans as well. So it's a full service. And in Chatham County, we also have 2 great resources for small businesses. And again, we're operating that process in partnership with the Chatham Economic Development Corporation. But we also have a North Carolina military business person who's actually housed there to help small businesses learn how to take advantage of military contracting. And then in Lee County, we also have someone who's housed at our new Center for Economic Development out in the Lee County Industrial Park. And she does all kinds of amazing webinars. She can do one-on-one counseling. We just have any number of things. And the best part about it is that all those resources are available at no cost.
Wow.
So it's just a tremendous resource for the community.
That's wonderful. And I know partnerships are an important part of your program. Tell our audience about some of the particular partnership projects underway within your division.
Well, there are 2 that I want to tell you about. So one is actually a workforce partnership. And so I won't say the name of the company, but it's a large manufacturer. And so one of the things that they noticed is that their employees were having difficulty following the standard operating procedures for how to do the business of that company. And so what we discovered is that the issue was literacy in English, right? And so what we were able to do is partner with that company and bring workplace English literacy to the business. So as part of the employees' shift, and they're actually paid, part of that time we come in and we deliver customized workplace literacy classes. And as a result of that, they've seen the number of errors go down, they've seen their productivity increase, and the college has also gotten quite a few new students who are now enrolled in other programs because they want to continue to grow and advance, right? So that's one example. Another example of a partnership is with a nonprofit entity who identified a need in our community, which is seniors not understanding how to use technology and take advantage of that. And so this organization came to us and we were able to work together to come up with a listing of skills that seniors needed to reduce their isolationism. And then at the end of the rainbow, this company actually provides computers for all the students who complete the program. And so it's a win-win for everyone. We get a chance to connect with these seniors. She is meeting the need that she's identified in terms of reducing isolationism among seniors. And again, those students now are enrolled in subsequent classes at the college, and they're some of our best students now.
Wow. Well, what does someone without a high school diploma need to do to be gainfully employed?
The first, if you don't have your high school diploma, it doesn't mean that the course of your life can't be corrected, right? It's a wonderful opportunity for you to get it right this time. Maybe you just weren't ready to get your high school credential in the typical time frame. Well, we now have 3 different options. You can take the GED, you can take the HiSET, or you can take TASK, and we can prepare you to actually get that high school credential. And that really will open up so many more doors. The number of positions that require and demand a high school diploma are just so numerous. And so if a person doesn't have that credential, the very first thing they need to do is come visit us at one of our campuses, and we'll be glad to walk you through the orientation process. We'll get you pre-tested, post-tested, and we will be with you every step of the way to help you meet that goal.
Excellent. What are some of the key skills across all industries that employees value?
You know, this is one we hear from, because every day I'm out talking with employers, and the thing I hear, whether it's healthcare or agriculture or pharmaceutical, it doesn't matter. The thing I hear repeatedly that employers want from employees or potential employees is they want those soft skills. They want to know that someone's going to demonstrate great work ethic, that they're going to show up on time, that they're going to have great communication skills. They want people to come with those soft skills, and then the assumption is that the employer can train them on the technical aspects of how to do that job. But those soft skills just can't be underestimated.
Well, we know that you have a support center where folks can call in and sign up for classes and that sort of thing. Are you still offering personal interest kind of classes?
We are, you know, in our Student Support Center, because the college has 17 different locations, what we decided in our division was to make it easier for our customers to find us. And so we have one number, a one-stop shop where everyone who's interested in anything in our division can go to. And so it's 919-718-7500. That's the one number that you can call. But for personal interest, we still have a wide array. So you can learn how to cha-cha, you can do yoga, you can do Zumba, you can do welding for artists. We have a really nice array of personal interest classes that we continue to offer.
Are any of the classes more popular than others?
You know, it shocks me that every semester that Zumba and I think the cha-cha class is one of the ones that always fills up. It's pretty amazing.
Wow. Well, what do you think, you've been here for a while now at Central Carolina Community College, what do you think makes this college such a special place for our students?
You know, I love that we listen to what our employers need, and then we find ways to meet those needs. We're always willing to try something new, to add a new program, to add a new facility, because we really want employers and citizens to know that we're their community college. And I'm just grateful to work at a place where there's the kind of leadership that wants us to be responsive in that way. So that's what makes it such a joy to work here.
Dr. Senegal, let's repeat that telephone number for people who may be interested in taking personal interest courses, but also that may be interested in some of the other programs that your division offers.
Right, so our Student Support Center can be reached at 919-718-7500.
Well, Dr. Senegal, we thank you for being with us, and we will return right after these messages.
Thanks, RV.
Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you?
You know you do. Yeah, but I don't know where to start.
That's why we're here. We're free, handsome,
I think we're breathtaking.
and here to guide you through every step of the way, starting with attendance. Gary, financial aid forms. Biology homework, G. I got this. Is that Bran? Colleges love extracurricular activities.
Chess really isn't my thing.
I got this. Doesn't matter. Go ahead. Picking a college, man. You and us. We go together like tacos and Tuesday.
And I love tacos.
Fire and ice.
Those don't really go together.
Go to GetSchooled.com for more info.
And then from this angle, it all makes a star.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore.
Show up
And frustration, a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy, and giving up impossible.
And then we're gonna turn the lights and everybody look up.
I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought.
Find me one.
What's your reaction?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And unconventional methods
Okay, what else?
common.
This is their world.
There's nothing.
And then they die. Go ahead, go, go, go.
I'm a teacher. I make more.
Listen to me. I am captain of the track team. And if I'm late,
She doesn't really think she's going to get out of here, does she?
Be nice. She's new.
Hello, is anyone there? Ugh!
Wow. Even from our standards, you look awful.
Oh, sweetie, what happened?
Me? My friend Becky got to talk to this super cute boy, and I tried to act like I wasn't jealous, but I so totally was. And then out of nowhere, this concrete barrier just popped up. Maybe it was a semi.
You mean you were driving?
Yeah. I mean, I know the whole eyes on the road thing, but this was a super important text. Maybe you have to know, Becky.
Texting? Great.
But it was only like 5 seconds, and I'm a really, really fast texter, so it wasn't even a big deal. Actually, has she texted me back yet? Wow, I get like no bars in this place. I wonder if they have Wi-Fi here.
Welcome back to 4C Visions. Today we welcome Gary Beasley, lead instructor of the CCCC Laser and Photonics program. He has served as CCCC lead instructor of lasers for 16 years, following 30 years of industry engineering experience. He is married with 2 children and 2 granddaughters. Mr. Beasley, welcome to 4C Visions.
Thank you, RV. I appreciate your doing this for me and this opportunity to come and speak.
Well, we're glad for you to be with us. What is the science of lasers and photonics all about?
Well, photonics is the study of light energy, controlling light energy to do work for us. Just like electronics is study of controlling electrons to do work for us, where we run mobile telephones, televisions, and everything else with electrons. Light energy, we use it every day. Even your glasses you wear, you're controlling light energy. So lasers is an extension of that, in which it combines a little bit of both technologies, electronics and photonics, to control light energy to create a special kind of light that's unique and different than regular kind of light, like sunlight or flashlights. And with that unique light, we can do many things with lasers that we couldn't do before with regular light sources.
Well, what are some of the practical uses of lasers and photonics in our everyday lives?
Well, as far as photonics, you have microscopes, you have lighting, you have camera systems, you have LEDs, you have televisions. All of that requires some kind of photonics. As far as lasers, you start being able to do things with lasers that you can't do with normal light sources, like operate on someone's brain and remove a tumor that couldn't be removed before. Early detection of esophagus cancer that probing could not detect because you couldn't take enough samples, whereas you can take a laser and scan the whole esophagus and see if you have just minute, just a cell amount of cancer. You can cut steel with, you can weld steel. It's used in manufacturing. It's used in weaponry. Now they have laser weapons that can actually blow up planes, that can blow up ships. They have laser weapons for designating targets. It's used in the detection industry, where you're detecting things. It's cars, automobiles, the self-driving cars. Lasers are widely used in that. Spectroscopy is another whole field of using lasers, where they're detecting things like poisonous gases, detecting different types of the ripeness of fruit to see if fruit's ripe. It's just a field that's growing at an alarming rate. And then, of course, lasers, you have lasers for a lot of research, like Lawrence Livermore National Labs out in California. They use lasers to 192 laser beams shining on something the size of a pea, creating nuclear fusion energy.
Wow.
It's just mind-blowing to visit that place and tour that lab.
Absolutely. And even in entertainment, I understand.
In entertainment, you have laser light shows, you have your DVDs, your CDs, and all those things require lasers now. And you're beginning to have things like even laser televisions and things like that. Yeah.
Well, Gary, the CCCC Lasers and Photonics program is one of our most popular programs here at the college. What is it that makes that such a special program?
Well, it's a huge, fast-growing program. The growth rate is just phenomenal. Every day you can go on the internet and you can find somewhere where there's a new application of lasers coming out. And it's growing at such a fast rate, and there's not enough schools teaching it, so there's a huge shortage out there of laser technicians. And because of that, that's a huge growth, huge job market. And with that, because of that, it's high pay. So most students graduate with multiple job offers, and most students start earning a pretty good starting pay range, and that's what's attractive to them. Plus, the type work it is, it's problem solving. So if someone has problem solving skills, they just thoroughly enjoy engineering. And this is just a field of engineering that's growing real fast and paying real good. And I tell students when I recruit them and everything that you're paid to play. When you go in industry, working in engineering and lasers, you're paid to play. So.
Well, you've had some great success stories over the years. Can you talk about any of those?
Yeah, for instance, I had a young man from the Sanford area. His name is Clayton Vaught. And he came up through the GED program, and he asked after he graduated in GED, he said, what's the hardest program I can join at Central Carolina Community College? And someone told him about lasers. So he joined the laser program, and he did exceptionally well. He scored real high, of course, but he learned a lot. And he was just a hard-working young man. And so when he went into industry, he took all those traits in industry. He's just grown, and now he is a regional sales and service support person for Conveyor Technologies. He's a manager, manages a team of people, and he's just done real well in industry. And to see him come back dressed up in a suit and everything, it's just so rewarding knowing where he came from. And it's people like that, or someone like a young man that graduated last year, Thomas Morris Martin. And he was a little bit older, in his 20s, and his mother called me, and after he got his job, his mother called me and was thanking me and everything for everything that I'd done, and said he'd never had a male role mentor and everything. And so she was just near about in tears. He had just landed a job at Lawrence Livermore National Labs out in California, the company I just talked about, starting around $80,000 a year, and is just out there doing real well, and just another success story.
Well, and I wanted to ask you about that, about what are the job opportunities for young men and women in the program? Right
now, the areas that are growing the fastest, there's almost any job anywhere dealing with lasers. But right now, the focus is there's a lot of growth in spectroscopy. A lot of students are going to companies where they're building spectrometers, spectroscopy systems using lasers or testing them. There's the huge growth in the field service, because you're building a lot of lasers, you're selling a lot of lasers. Someone has to install all those lasers, someone has to do field service on those lasers. So some individuals, they get up Monday morning, get on a plane, flying all over the country, free of charge, staying places, eating free, and getting to do things they enjoy doing, and then they come home on Friday and they're home on the weekend, and they're making a lot of money. So that's another fast-growing area. The defense industry, anywhere building lasers for the defense industry. And so all these segments of people building things for lasers, like growing crystals. There's a company in Charlotte, Synoptics, part of a division of Northrop Grumman. They grow crystals for lasers. So any company that's doing something for lasers, either servicing them, or building a part of it, there's a lot of growth in it. And those people need to know laser technology, photonics, and electronics. And then there's growth in areas like high energy pulse solid state lasers, megawatt lasers in Hilton Head, South Carolina. They're a big partner of ours. And they design lasers that go into systems like for cataract surgery or drilling a hole in a needle that's going to be used for supplying drugs into people. So, you know, those are some of the areas where students are getting jobs.
Gary, is it safe to say that most of your graduates do find employment after graduation?
If a student graduates and does real well, they'll receive multiple offers. And students that, some students continue their education. I had 2 students last year that continued their education, but it's almost, except for the ones that do decide to continue their education, it's 100% placement rate, basically.
Well, as far as the students that enter your program, what do students need to look for in terms of the experiences that they bring in, or what kind of students really make for good laser photonics students?
That's a good question, RV. And I tell students this because when you're trying to decide, am I going to like this or am I not going to like it, after studying it and analyzing it and working in engineering for 30 years myself, I found that the person entering the field, if they're going to like it, they first have to, they don't have to love math, but they have to use math. So if they're afraid of math or don't like math, that's probably not a good fit. Science, how things work. But one of the most important traits of a person entering this field and knowing whether they're going to like it is, do they enjoy problem solving? Engineering is all about problem solving. Whether it's electrical engineering, chemical engineering, no matter what engineering, you have to enjoy problem solving. And I'm talking about something that may take weeks or months of a problem to solve. If you love that, you will excel at it. Companies love you. They can't throw enough money at you because they want to keep you if you love problem solving. Of course, you have to have other good skills. You have to have work ethic. You have to have team building skills. You have to get along with people. You have to have communication skills. All those count, and that's what we try to take someone, and we try to make sure they have all those skills. And at the same time we're giving them technical education, we're giving them the soft skills too.
Well, you must take a lot of pride in the program. You've been with it for quite a while now, and what, I know that the program is mighty special to you.
I love it. I love it, RV. I enjoy it. I look forward to coming to school every day. I look forward to preparing students, and then when the spring of the year comes and companies start coming and recruiting students and students get a job, that's one of the most exciting times in the world to see students. And they'll come to me and they'll be worried about their first year. They're going to get a job, they're going to get a job. And I'll tell them, if you work hard and you do well, you're not going to have to worry about getting a job. You're going to have to be worried about which job to take.
Wow.
And I've had student after student after student to do that. And they're just, it's a good feeling to see them successful, to get texts, to get emails from them about how much they enjoy what they're doing. And you know, like one, he emailed me yesterday, and he calls me Pops, and sort of developed a special relationship with him. And he sent me an email yesterday and said, "Hey Pops, how you doing? Hope Storm was okay and everything. You know, I've met a man out here. He's got a lot of job opportunities. I wanted to give you his contact information." It just, you know, they really enjoy giving back as much as I do.
Tell our audience, if someone is interested in the laser and photonics program, what do they need to do?
Well, visit our website, cccc.edu website. Look for the laser program and find your way to the laser program page. Or you can call 910-814-8828 is my office number, or send me an email, gbeasley, G-B-E-A-S-L-E-Y @cccc.edu. And I'll be glad to answer any questions, give you a tour, any way I can help you.
Very good. Well, Gary, thank you for being with us, and viewers, thank you for being with us today on 4C Visions.
Thank you, RV.